I don't know about anyone else, but I am no longer interested in being a convincer. I find myself looking around more and more, questioning how much time we all just spend buying and selling stuff to one another. And you may not be in sales, but your company sells stuff. And you may not be producing it with your own hands, but your company is ultimately in the production business of something. And it eventually sells that something, and then they make money from that something. And then they use that money to buy other things. And then the people who are selling you products are using the money they receive from you to buy either your own products back from you or services or other products and services from other people. And it's just this weird circle that I think we've all accepted as just a way of life. But it's also making me realize I think it's the only way all of us have ever known. And I call it the earn to exist model because I've been wondering lately, is it really why we all came here? I mean, did we all come here to just buy and sell stuff to each other and then keel over at 85 with a couple of 2-week vacations in between? It's just not making sense to me anymore. And is it worth it to continue a system like this, especially when it's really not benefiting everyone? And I don't want to spend any more of my life trying to convince you or anyone else to buy my widgets or my company's widgets just so I can eat food or just so I can have a jacket in the winter and not freeze to death. And I'm definitely not interested in selling the most widgets or widgets to everyone just so I can be rich or richer than someone else. It's just a strange world that we've been living in. And consumerism, just for the sake of growth, which is ultimately for the sake of increasing quote unquote shareholder value, in and of itself lacks value. It lacks meaning. And yet we all do it every day, all day. And I feel like we're rapidly approaching a time where we're not going to have to justify buying and selling stuff and providing monetary value to justify our existence. Because I think it's BS. I don't think it's true, and it's not accurate. And I know that we've all been told that it is. And I know that we've all been living in ways where we think it's just the routine. But I think enough of us are waking up and realizing that this just isn't going to work for us anymore. It's just not for everyone. And it's not even for most people, if you really think about it, once you expand, especially out beyond the US, because it's a system that's not really benefiting everyone. It's just benefiting a few. And we also know there's enough to go around. We know that supply chains are managed. We know that things like diamonds are stockpiled in various places around the world just so they can be incrementally released and retain their value. So this is happening with tons of products. And so we know there's enough for everyone. And at this point, I think it's time for some change. And I think that people are going to have to make the change ourselves because we know that corporations clearly have no interest in doing that, especially for any of our benefit. And so if you've been thinking about the world in this way as of late, or these thoughts just resonate, give me a follow or a like, and let's keep the conversation going. Talk soon. Thanks.